man, what is going on? Right here, I'm texting my cousin right now. Hold on, y'all. I'm texting my cousin. Shout out to Mariah. I was texting Mariah. Mariah, hey, that's one thing. Hey, shout out to everybody out there. Look, shout out to everybody out there. Shawnee, Erica, Tasha. Look, this shit is funny. Man, my family member, you think I'm funny. These niggas, man. Look, these niggas will definitely put you on blast if a nigga's trying to rob you. My cousin wants some sea moss and shit, right? And she remind me of my homeboy, my Guatemala homeboy. My Guatemala homeboy was like, man, he was always buying sea moss from me all the time. And when he started looking and seeing motherfuckers, he was like, man, motherfuckers is robbing people, man. He said, man, you let this go for the low. I'm like, look, bro, it's in the quality. And the quality speaks for itself. You better go watch American Gangster. That's why they didn't like Frank Lucas. I'ma undercut everybody. That's my goal. I'm creeping on the come up. And my cousin was like, man, this a nigga out here robbing motherfuckers with the sea moss. But shout out to everybody out there. Hey, man, if you have the Court Plantation, hey, shout out to you. I fuck with you real heavy. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. This is your boy Warren G, the place to be. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. You already know what it is. You can't finesse me, man. Go get that sea moss, man. Go get you some sea moss in your life, man. If you want some, you already know what to do. nowayoutlv@gmail.com. That's the email where you can get at me. If you got my phone number, you can just text me. You know what I'm saying? I got you if you need some sea moss. I do ship it to you. And if you in the Las Vegas area, then I got you. I'll bring some to you and shit. Look, my cousin, look, I'm good. I'm good like a motherfucker. And I do take cash app too, but anyway. Let me see. Cool. There you go. Look. Look, she said she worked. My cousin said she at the Court Plantation. Hey, man, we all at the Court Plantation. Look, I'm hood. I got to get back at it. I got to soak some more, man, and order some more. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there that's handling business. If you at the Court Plantation, you know what it is. You know what it's not going to be. Hey, man, I got some great shit to talk about today. And I love it when I can talk about a suspected white supremacist or a white supremacist or a person benefiting from the system of racism of white supremacy. We gonna get into it today. We gonna talk about a lot of shit. I gotta check the mail because I think my motherfucking Race Baiter book by Tariq Nasheed came in today, so I'm happy about that shit. And I have also reading My Grandmother's Hands. Very, very good book. There's some shit that I would question. I would like to question that author in person, but anyway, as long as you read, that's all what it is. I got a lot to discuss. We gonna talk about Jussie Moistat. Didn't I tell y'all you black first? So we gonna get into it today, man. Shout out to everybody out there. If you're begging, hey, do what you do. If you're not begging and handling business, I'll fuck with you, man. So let's get into it right now, man. Let's cut this loud ass shit down so we get into it. Man. I hope y'all niggas can hear me too, by the way. Shit. But anyway, hold on, let me see. Oh, man, what's going on, Tommy? Man, what's going on, cuzzo? Yes. Oh, you mean Juicy Moistat? Looking ass? What'd I tell y'all niggas, man? What the fuck did I tell y'all niggas, man? I just did a podcast on this nigga. See, this is what you get for saying, oh, I'm the gay Tupac. You staged that whole thing. See, let me break this down for y'all. That motherfucker was in negotiations on Empire, and he wanted more money. And Lee Daniels, wasn't gonna give that nigga all that money. He thought because they was both moist that he was gonna get a little bit more bread. He was getting $50,000 a week. You can't live off $50,000. I can live off $5,000 a week. Man, fuck y'all. I can live off $1,000 a week. Matter of fact, don't even get me to talking. But anyway, shout out to my boy No Compromise too, man. Please go check his channel out, man. I'll be watching. I don't even try to leave comments no more. Them motherfuckers don't be posting the comments. They be doing all kinds of sucker shit. But anyway, shout out to No Compromise. But yeah, see, he was getting some bread. He was under negotiations because I was did a little digging when that shit was going on. I'm like, oh, this nigga trying to get some more bread. Then he was like, I'm the gay Tupac and all this other shit. See, then them Nigerian brothers told on his motherfucking lying ass. And see, he thought that they was gonna drop him and never come back. Nah, nigga, guilty, nigga. What did I tell y'all? Now, where's the LGBTQ community at now supporting this motherfucker? I told you, motherfuckers, that you black before you anything else. But motherfuckers always be thinking they something else. Man, I worked around people like that at corporate plantations. Well, motherfucker, they think because they a part of that community that somehow, some way, they better than you or they can tell you what to say. I've been around motherfuckers that'll be like, you can't say faggot, but they okay with, you know, they more worried about you saying faggot than saying nigga. That shit is crazy to me. But that's neither here nor there. That's not really what I'm focused on. I'm focused on our identity crisis as a people and how we allow people to get away with shit. Man, I was listening on Twitter. They had this thing, I forgot where it was, where they was talking about reparations, and it was on the space on Twitter or whatever, where you can like basically talk. It's kind of like I forgot the other shit on not Instagram, but on iPhone or whatever. And yeah, that shit was staged. And our brother Tariq Nasheed said some real shit, because they wouldn't let him talk. And it's like Clubhouse, but for Twitter. And he went on there because they was talking about reparations, and they basically like had a whole bunch of people just babbling. And I'm gonna tell you, this is the reason why they do this. They put these conversations out here as I would say false flags and a false representation of what we really want. So it's basically like if a nigga loan you $100 and he come to your house and you be like, well, I ain't got the $100, but I got hamburgers, fries, cakes, pies, pizza, wings. That nigga gonna be like, I don't want no fucking food, man. I want my motherfucking money. And that's exactly what they do. So what they do is you be like, all right, what's up with reparations? Then they'll be like, well, what about poor people? What about this? And Tariq Nasheed was talking about that shit. People need to listen to that brother, man. He be spitting some real shit. And what I was thinking when they had that study for reparations with Danny Glover, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, when you take a loan out, an equity line of credit or a loan or a car payment, you can't call the motherfucking dealership and be like, hey man, I ain't got y'all money, but I do got some food stamps for y'all. They gonna be like, no nigga, we don't take food stamp payments. We want cash money. And why is it when it comes to us, it's always a diversion? It's always something else. And then why is it everybody else can speak on behalf of black folk and what we should get, especially foundational black Americans? Native black people, don't let nobody speak for you. Do anybody else, I'm including Nigerians and anybody from Africa, do you see them speaking on behalf of the white Jewish community when it comes to reparations? Do you see them telling the white Jewish community to forgive Hitler? No. You're never going to see any other racial group say anything to the white Jewish community. But when it comes to foundational black Americans, we have to deal with, well, maybe you guys should get this, or maybe it should be like Vlad TV. Well, maybe it should be in free college. Vlad TV don't want no niggas to be equal to him. Vlad TV want motherfuckers that ain't got as much bread, much influence as him. That's why he didn't like Dame Dash. Dame Dash told him what it was. See, that's how a lot of the dominant society is. I want y'all, if y'all have HBO, go watch this show called Succession. Very, very good series. Very good series. How long Easter eggs is all we get? Don't even get me on that. We up here teaching motherfuckers to go Easter egg hunting, and they ain't got shit to do with Jesus. You read in the Bible, he don't say nothing about going to go look for no Easter eggs, but we do that shit though because we do what they tell us to do for the most part, and we don't question anything. And when you bring up reparations, before you even talk about this, let's look at all the totality of everything. Look at Jesse Smollett, or Juicy Moistet. If you wasn't making enough money, you a moist motherfucking Hollywood, you'll always have a job, but you was probably a dope fiend. So since you was doping, you couldn't keep up with your habits and your lifestyle of living good, so you wanted more money. Okay, that's fine. But look at what he did. He bastardized racial slurs and all this other shit because he staged an attack, and he used racial disparity, and he used racial inequality as his defense. Like, oh, they called me a nigga and they did this and they gave me a noose and all this other shit. And it's like, wait, hold on, nigga. Like, no, nigga, you can't do no shit like that. And that is a big problem, because what happens is white folk, the dominant society, will go back and say, see, look at this gay nigger. See? I was actually starting to feel sorry for these fucking niggers. And this guy goes and lies about racism. That's why the majority of these niggers are lying. This racism isn't that bad. As I'm reading My Grandmother's Hands, it talks about some of the things in White Fragility with Robin DiAngelo. I suggest everybody go get that book. And in Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility, it talks about how, like, basically some of their deflections, like when you bring up reparations or things like that, they be like, I'm going through the, whether it's a LGBTQ or a white person or a Latino person, someone else, they always be like, well, I go through the same struggle as you. Like Ellen DeGeneres and that sucker shit talking about the LGBTQ community has suffered the same intolerable disparities as the black community. No, and ain't nobody gonna correct that bitch, because they don't want to lose out on what it is, and that's fine. But somebody intellectually has to be like, well, no, that's not, no. Because in the antebellum period, we had to breed like dogs. You better go fuck all them slave bitches out there, because I need more motherfucking slaves. Do I need to remind you that Martha Washington has 17,500 acres of fucking land? And they don't even want to give a nigga 1 acre? Man, get the fuck out of here. 1 acre of land out here in Las Vegas, Nevada is probably fucking $8 million, $5 million, $10 million. And this bitch has 17,500 acres of land that she did not earn. So when you talk about reparations, first, you have to set aside this. Before we talk about reparations, hold on. Let's get this shit together. All right, all you coon ass, Sambo ass niggas out here prostituting y'all integrity, go over there with them. Because when they give us our money, I want you coming over here talking about, hey, y'all, we black, y'all, and all this bullshit. And I don't give a fuck who you dating, who you kick with. That doesn't matter. What do you identify as? That's the one thing that I've learned. That's what I've been taught. That's what I've read. What you identify as? You know what I mean? It talks about in this book, My Grandmother's Hands, how we have to go out of our way to make the dominant society feel comfortable around us when they've been the most volatile people. I've been saying that forever. They've been the most volatile motherfuckers the last 400, 500 years. But we got to go out of our way to make them feel comfortable around us. And we have to cater to their white body supremacy. No, that's not racist. How do we act on these corporate plantation jobs? Stop. Y'all niggas stop. I'm on the job, so you can't lie to me. I see the sucker shit all day long. And I just be laughing. Like I said, once I was talking to her at the corporate plantation, she's not a foundational black American. No diss. How come you don't go back to school? I started laughing at that bitch. I was like, go back to school to do what? And she was just like, go back to school so you can move up. I said, let me give you an example. I know a person who's got a master's degree and they're black. They report to somebody white that has no degree. I know several people like that. So it's so funny when you deal with non-foundational black Americans. They come over here because they have this, because the dominant society has programmed them that don't be like these dumb niggas. Get your education because we're gonna really value. No, you a dumb nigga just like everybody else at the end of the day. You in the same pot as me. But what happens is they don't identify with black until it's convenient for them. Then they'll identify as black. Because I've worked around Africans who won't really say too much to you and look down on you. And then when the white motherfuckers start kicking their ass, then they, oh, my nigga. That bullshit. And it's like, I just was laughing at her. I was like, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. But that's not going to stop racism and white supremacy trying to move up. Go ahead. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. Now, if you're trying to move up to be a gatekeeper for other foundational black Americans and open the door and Make sure you put people on. That's a very stressful job, but if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. Me, I'm just trying to maintain my way of living so I can eat. And I can figure out how to start a business and do what the fuck I need to do. Because I wasn't taught that. See, I'm not finna front. Nigga, I was not taught. First of all, I didn't even know what an annuity was, or stock, bonds, and 401k. I'm talking about the depths of it and what type of money you can make. I can never front because I was taught that in high school, but I was too busy looking at Jordans. Now that I'm as old as I am now, shit. The motherfucking stock market wake me up every motherfucking day. And I'm trying to figure out some way to fucking win because I personally don't believe in not arming people with the necessary skill sets and tools so motherfuckers can navigate through the system of racism and white supremacy. Hey, nigga, let me tell you something. When you don't identify as black until it's convenient for you, the system of racism and white supremacy has done their job. Because you might as well be a Mammy or Coon or a Sambo, because a lot of motherfuckers, they think because they got a little bit of money and they're around a whole bunch of dominant society people and they doing coke and all this other bullshit that they, oh, we all friends. OJ thought the same thing. They all turned on that black ass nigga. So we have to understand that. And I knew that shit was going to happen to Jesse Moistet. Just like Josh Duggar, Doug or whatever his name is. I was having this battle with this bitch, this funky bitch on Twitter. This is a black lady on Twitter. I don't know if she Foundation of Black American, and like she had some sucker ass tweet about L.A. Reid, and I didn't take too kindly to it. Oh, how could you rate? And she like tweeted at him, and of course he's not gonna respond. I was like, y'all keep that same energy for Harvey Weinstein. She gonna post a response back talking about, oh, he's in jail. No, but y'all didn't have that energy for him, though. Y'all all rallied around that ugly motherfucking KRS-One King Cooper looking bitch to do a goddamn documentary on R. Kelly. Y'all all took part in that. Now maybe some people took part in it from a authentic place because they were affected, but you played on black people's emotions, and these white people sat there and they funded that shit. But when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell, why are we not talking about Ghislaine Maxwell? That bitch, her shit was not guilty. She put in a motion. Her plea was not guilty. Where is the outrage with the black women around about that? Where is the outrage about Harvey Weinstein, Josh Duggar, the motherfucker that was on TV 18 and counting whatever? This motherfucker got child porn and all this other bullshit going on. What about that Latino junior senator that was molesting those kids or doing whatever the fuck they said he was doing? Where's the outrage? Whether it's true or not, what is the outrage? That's what I'm saying. Because allegedly, we don't know what the fuck was going on with R. Kelly and all those other people. Because it's all hearsay. Because if it wasn't hearsay, then why was people still doing songs with this motherfucker in? You know what I'm saying? We were not taught how to finance by our parents. Heck, we were all taught wrong. I think he also did stuff to his sisters. Yeah. But guess what though? They was all at court. They was all at court with that white boy too. They was at court. That's called being on motherfucking code. They was all at court with that nigga. All of them, the whole family's at court with that motherfucker. Like, fuck that. That's our people. He's a fucked up individual, but we gonna roll till the wheels fall off. And that's how black folk need to be. We need to handle shit in private. And we weren't taught a lot of this stuff. And a lot of it is, and no diss, you notice I don't go after I don't try to go after the black Christians, and I don't trip off that. It's just, hey man, y'all need to get y'all heads out of y'all asses and get in the fucking game. And get out of the fucking matrix. Stop drinking a blue pill smoothie with sea moss sprinkled on top of it. And start taking that red pill. What I mean by the red pill is like, oh, hold on, let me, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, damn, this nigga Warren done done several podcasts with several white people beating rape charges and shit. Where are all these black people at for that? But they got all this energy for Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. And I just kept saying, why do you have this energy for black men? Oh, well, because black women. And I'm like, here we go with the gender divide. Real black women know this is some bullshit. Those are sucker ass black women that got some, that they think somehow they're a part of the white movement. No, man, that women's liberation was not for you. That's for white people. So the real motherfuckers that's reading and studying, no, that shit is not for me. And I don't agree. And I'm not saying you're supposed to agree with every suck ass nigga that come your way. But if you don't agree, disagree in private. Don't create no spectacle. You know what I'm saying? Wait, let me see. Our parents really didn't know either. But mama knew how to make $1 out of 15 cents, though. That's a fact. And here's the thing. I know they didn't know, but there's certain things that they did know. And I feel like a lot of the times when you're growing up and that time is moving so fast and your parents, they got their own agendas and shit that they trying to do. They don't really take the time to be like, look, because look, this is what I'm saying. Whether you grew up in an apartment or you grew up in a house, that's still a teachable moment. As my mom would say, you don't want to live in no apartment, you paying somebody else's mortgage. That's what my mom would say. So those are all teachable moments. But within that teachable moment, you have to sit down and bring clarity to a 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old girl or boy. You got to bring clarity to racism, white supremacy. A lot of these parents from the 80s and the 70s, nigga, y'all know that racism exists. And if you're out of touch with reality, sit down and listen to a kid that's 24, 25 years old. Like, look, man, this shit is not fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't have the same stresses that the generations before us had, but let me tell you, it's still a stress because it's not fun, and we don't have as much tolerance as the generation before us. So it's hard for us to go on these corporate plantations and play this political stratification, social stratification game. That shit gets difficult. And when you don't have property, 401k, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, life insurances, when you're not taught that, look, I grew up in the church. You know how many motherfuckers I seen they did barbecues and car washes for because niggas didn't have no money to fucking bury their kid? Because niggas wasn't buying life insurance policies on their kids and on themselves because you giving it all to the Lord. Now, there comes a time where a motherfucker got to be like, all right, man, look, these are things that you need to do as a congregation. That shit could be taught. So I'm sorry, I can't let up on that. I done been to a lot of big churches, and that shit could be the fuck taught. So it's just, we have to do a better job of questioning parents. Like, hey, man, look, like, I'm quick to be like, look, I'm busy. I gotta go to work. What? Nigga, life is hard. I don't have the luxuries of borrowing on life insurance policies, and I'm just now learning that shit. Because a lot of the times, the generations before us, they're out of touch with that because they just think it's the same way, and it's not. I caught myself doing that too. Was so busy between work and school, I barely raised my own children. That's a part of the trap. And that's what they want you to do, separate you from your child. Every day is every day is a school day, and every day is a teachable moment. And that's stuff that we have to learn. That's why when you look at Josh Duggar, his family was all at court, all supporting him. Like, oh well, this is in-house. We not finna be running our mouth. And that's the problem that black folk got. Black folks can't wait to prostitute their integrity so they can get 5 minutes of fame. Look at Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Nigga, you did the documentary with Michael Jordan, then all of a sudden you talking about, oh, I was better than him because you got a book out because, nigga, you been fucking hoes that's running game on you. Because all the bitches that you fucking, they fucking young niggas. That's a part of the game, nigga. Just go buy you another bitch. You know your old ass look. Because look, you know what it is. Niggas know what it is. You buying a bitch because you got paper. You know she belonged to the game. Stop playing games and acting like all of a sudden you mad at Michael Jordan. Man, Michael Jordan's a billionaire. He don't fucking need you. It's too late. And nigga, that's on you. And black folk, we so quick to go to the media and publicize that and do that type of shiesty shit. We don't even know how to conduct ourselves. We don't see each other as equal. I'm talking about black folk. We see each other as what kind of shoes they got on, what kind of car they drive, where they live at. Oh, that's the hood. Oh, this is that. Man, shout out to the home girl, man. I took her some sea moss and she was like, and I was just like, man, nigga, at least you got a place to stay. Shit. Nigga, my mom is dead. Shit, nigga. Nigga out here assed out. Nigga, I really gotta handle business. Where the fuck is I'm gonna go? So, you know what I mean? It's just, you have to start uplifting each other, man. And pointing out all the fuckery on the dominant society's part. Stop giving them, we make a lot of excuses for a lot of the sucker shit that they do. Stop that shit. And that's why you read. That's why I'm reading, grandmother. Good looking out, Erica. I'm glad I'm reading this book. It started off a little slow, and I'm like, yeah, this must be a non-foundational black American who wrote this shit. Hey, good looking out, Tommy. I'll holler at you. I'm about to get off too. I'm already 2 minutes over. But hey, man, I'm just telling y'all right now, reading is the key. Reading, learning. I know you don't know the stock. You don't know what it is. Man, try to take your time to learn it a little bit. Go on YouTube. Listen to Dr. Boyce Watkins. Earn Your Leisure podcast. Go watch these motherfuckers, man. Go watch Black Girl Stocks. Go watch these people, man. They're there for a reason. They're there to help. You know what I mean? And then as you learn and you evolve, you let your, like, I learned a lot from Earn Your Leisure, from Dr. Boyce Watkins, and from Black Girl Stock. She is the best, in my opinion, on YouTube. She breaks it down the best. Her channel is dope. Very, very good sister. Very, very, the way she explains shit, that's what we need to do. Start giving each other props and stop trying to figure out how you can exploit what they got going on. Like, stop that shit, man. Why don't you go exploit what the dominant society got going on? Stop trying to do that to your own folk. But hey, man, that's my time. Y'all already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Go look up the Josh Duggar case and see what the fuck he was doing. Go look at what's going on. Go look at Jesse Moistet. See, that motherfucker thought that they was gonna let him just, no, nigga, you black, nigga. Cause nigga, you made a fool out of that police department. So now they gonna get your black ass. Trust me, now you like, ooh, I think, yeah, nigga, that was on you. You staging some type of event where you and benefiting off of racism, while niggas really out here getting shot and getting killed over racist issues and racist race soldiers and shit, and you out here playing games with it. No, nigga, you don't do that shit. What kind of suck ass shit is that? That's why I was like, man, you black first. I was saying that when he first did. I was like, well, let's remember you black first. Talking about he the gay Tupac. Man, if you don't get your ass the fuck up out of here with that clown ass shit, yeah, well, now you're gonna be the gay Tupac in jail, nigga. From 5 to 5. Roxanne, you put on a red light. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Hey, man, if you up here making excuses for the dominant society and what they do, you are Sambo Coon telling about the gun line, Hayward Shepherd, Steven from Django. That's what the fuck you are. And I don't fuck with motherfuckers like that. Read, study, read 5 pages a day. That's better than reading no pages a day. You can do it. And get amongst people that are reading and trying to study and want more. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about nobody else's lane. And look, when you in your lane, especially when you're dealing with people that are not a part of the foundational black American community and family, and you watching that them inherit money and get all that, let them. That should just look at your situation and be like, you know what? That's okay. I got to earn mine, but it's all good. That's what makes black people stronger. Because, nigga, we don't inherit shit. We got to go get it. Because, nigga, I ain't inherit a motherfucking thing. Nigga, I got to go get everything that I got. So I can't miss nothing I ain't never had. And I hope you do the same. Y'all know what it is. You know what it ain't. I'm your boy Warren G. You know what it is, man. I will see y'all niggas on Sunday. Hey, man, you already know when it's time to handle business and move forward, but you got to move aside to move ahead. Keep studying, y'all. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.